Coronation Street's Bernie Winter will be faced with a big decision ahead of her upcoming wedding to Dev Allahan. This week's episodes will see Adi Allahan in a terrifying showdown as he defends the corner shop from a masked robber. The robber threatens Adi with a wrench before stealing £6,000 from the safe. In shocking scenes, DS Lisa Swain witnesses the robbery but freezes up, allowing the criminal to escape with the loot. Later, Adi explains the situation to PC Jess and tells her that the shop is covered by insurance. However, his story doesn't fool Bernie, who instantly picks on her stepson's shifty demeanor. What is Adi hiding from the police? Before Bernie has time to question Adi, Dev returns from India, making a grand entrance. But those happy smiles don't last for long, as the pair fill him in on recent events. In next week's scenes, Adi confirms that the shop will receive a payout from the insurance company. But when Bernie presses him for the truth, he admits that he missed a payment, meaning they won't be getting any money. Later, Dev reveals the news that he is being gifted £25,000 from his aunt, to be put towards the wedding. Eager to get her hands on the money, Bernie suggests moving the wedding forward. But with Dev still unaware of the insurance issue, will he doubt his fiancée's true intentions? Bernie has pulled some scams in her time and the cogs are clearly whirring when she hears about the £25,000, our Corey insider warns. It'd make no sense to splash out on the wedding when the corner shop's finances need to be rescued, but what exactly does Bernie have in mind? Turmoil. Bernie faces wedding dilemma as Dev returns and Adi's secret rocks the Allahan family. Wedding bells may be ringing soon in Coronation Street, but for Bernie Winter, the road to the altar is paved with secrets, suspicion, and a very big decision. In a twist-filled storyline that blends romance, robbery, and revelation, Bernie finds herself at the center of a moral and emotional storm. One that could either solidify or shatter her future with Dev Allahan. What begins as a terrifying event at the corner shop quickly unravels into a much deeper family drama, as loyalties are tested, financial truths are exposed, and Bernie is left wondering whether her dream wedding is slipping out of reach, or whether she'll have to take matters into her own hands. A shocking robbery and a shaken family. The drama kicks off with a harrowing incident at the Allahan family business. Adi Allahan, Dev's loyal but often underestimated son, is left in a terrifying situation when a masked intruder breaks into the corner shop and demands access to the safe. Armed with a wrench and no hesitation, the robber threatens Adi before making off with an eye-watering £6,000 in cash. The scene is made all the more tense when DS Lisa Swain, a seasoned detective who just happens to be nearby, witnesses the robbery in real time, and freezes. In a rare and deeply human moment, the officer fails to act. Her hesitation allows the thief to escape, sending shockwaves not just through the police force but also through the Allahan family and wider Weatherfield community. Later, Adi attempts to downplay the incident when speaking to PC Jess. He explains that the shop is insured, that the loss is unfortunate but manageable, and that everything is under control. But his demeanor tells a different story, one that doesn't go unnoticed by Bernie Winter. Bernie smells a lie. Bernie, never one to let things slide without a second glance, immediately senses that something is off. Her instincts, honed from years of hustling, surviving, and protecting her own, tell her that Adi is hiding something. She doesn't need to dig very deep to see the cracks in his story. What's he not telling us? She mutters to herself after speaking with Adi. Her eyes narrow, and the gears in her mind begin to turn. But before she can confront him directly, Dev returns from India, his entrance as grand and animated as ever. Reunited with Bernie, Dev is full of excitement and optimism about their upcoming wedding. However, the joy is short-lived when Adi and Bernie bring him up to speed on the robbery. Dev is, understandably, furious and concerned. But his response is also practical. He begins to assess the damages and rely on the insurance to soften the blow. What he doesn't know yet is that the truth Adi is hiding will make the situation far worse than it already appears. The truth comes out. In scenes airing next week, the truth finally surfaces, and it threatens to unravel everything. Bernie, pushing Adi once again for honesty, finally gets him to admit the devastating detail. He missed the last insurance payment. The policy lapsed just days before the robbery. The shop is not covered. The entire £6,000 loss is theirs to absorb. The revelation stuns Bernie, but it also infuriates her. She's not just angry about the mistake, she's furious that Adi kept it from Dev, from her, and from the authorities. The consequences of that lie are enormous, and now the responsibility to fix it will fall on Dev, who is still blissfully unaware. Bernie is left reeling. With the wedding just around the corner and the shop's finances in disarray, Her plans for a perfect ceremony are suddenly under threat. But just as everything seems like it might collapse, a twist of fate offers her a potential solution, one that may come at a price, a lifeline or a trap. In a surprising turn, Dev receives a windfall from a family member, a generous £25,000 gift from his aunt, intended to support the upcoming wedding. The timing couldn't be more perfect, or more suspicious. As Dev excitedly shares the news with Bernie, she masks her internal conflict with wide-eyed gratitude. But behind closed doors, Bernie is rattled. That money could save the shop, could undo the damage Audie's mistake has caused, and could keep the Allahan name from further embarrassment. Yet it's earmarked for the wedding, and she's expected to spend it on flowers, dresses, venues, and photographers. As Bernie processes the situation, her old instincts begin to resurface. She starts calculating, could they move the wedding up? Secure the money before Dev learns the truth about the insurance lapse? Use part of it to help the shop without raising suspicion? Viewers will watch as Bernie wrestles with the temptation to manipulate the situation for what she believes is the greater good. But is she thinking of the family, or just herself? Is Bernie playing Dev? Corey insiders suggest that Dev may start to suspect his fiancé's intentions. Bernie has pulled some scams in her time, one source admits. And the cogs are clearly whirring when she hears about the £25,000. It's not necessarily about greed, it's survival instinct. But that kind of thinking could backfire. Indeed, Dev has always been a mix of passion and prudence. While he loves Bernie deeply and wants their wedding to be special, he's also a businessman who prides himself on financial stability and smart decisions. If he discovers that the insurance lapse is being hidden from him, or worse, that Bernie is scheming to use his aunt's money to cover it, their relationship could suffer serious consequences. Wedding plans in jeopardy. As Bernie and Dev begin to plan the wedding in earnest, the question looms, is this celebration built on shaky ground? In coming scenes, Bernie suggests moving the wedding forward, an idea she frames as enthusiasm and excitement. She says she simply can't wait to be Mrs. Allahan. But Dev, sensing something odd in her urgency, starts asking questions. Are you sure we're not rushing this? He asks gently. We could wait until things settle down. Bernie insists she's never been more certain, but the tension is clear. The longer she delays telling him the truth, the more explosive the fallout is likely to be. And in true Coronation Street fashion, secrets never stay buried for long. Family fallout. Audie in the hot seat. Meanwhile, Audie is dealing with his own internal struggle. Though he has confided in Bernie, he's still carrying the weight of having lied to the police and his father. The guilt eats away at him, and it begins to affect his behavior. In scenes at the cafe and in the corner shop, viewers will see Audie lash out unexpectedly, snapping at customers, forgetting orders, zoning out during conversations. Even Summer and Amy express concern, noticing how distracted and tense he has become. Eventually, the pressure becomes too much. Will Audie break down and tell his father the truth? Or will Dev find out from someone else, like PC Jess, who remains suspicious about Audie's version of events? Will Bernie come clean? As Bernie prepares to finalize wedding details, her internal conflict reaches a fever pitch. In a late-night scene, she sits alone at the kitchen table, staring at the wedding invitation mock-ups and a printout of the shop's financial statement. Tears fill her eyes as she whispers, I wanted this to be right, for once, I wanted something real. The moment is raw and revealing. Bernie, often seen as brash and bold, is showing cracks. For all her schemes, this wedding means something to her, something real. But if she sacrifices honesty for a quick fix, she risks losing it all. What's next for Bernie and Dev? As this high-stakes storyline continues to unfold, fans can expect more confrontations, emotional showdowns, and potentially game-changing choices. Will Bernie choose to protect the family's finances at the cost of her relationship? Or will she finally put her scheming past behind her and confess everything? Coronation Street has never shied away from complex, morally gray storylines, and this one promises to deliver in full. With love, loyalty, trust, and money all in the mix, the coming weeks are set to be must-watch TV.